Hi guys, a new context starting July 1st, ending July 31st for everybody who shares my post on Facebook. It's counted like one entry, so you can win one of 3 20-minute readings with me. Also, you have two specials. One is like 2-question offer for $45, and also relationship or ex or on and off relationship spread for $50. So you can book them via my website www.cattarot.ca. Thank you. Hi Pisces, welcome to your bi-weeklies. So guys, when you're watching this, I also want you to keep in mind that your sun sign is one of the aspects that you have. It is certainly the core of who you are. Usually we get to this core when we get very upset or how we express being happy. So, you know, you can find it in arguments that you kind of retract to being Pisces. Otherwise, maybe your ascendant is, I don't know, Gemini. And you're kind of like back and forth person, but then, you know, get upset and you get extremely emotional. So it's always good to check your ascendant. And if you don't know what it is based on your time and place of birth. And there are like many free online resources, just like Google natal chart. And actually I did put in description one site that I kind of like go to when I have to do it in a pinch. So you can get their ascendant, you can get your Venus sign, Mars sign, and moon sign. So moon is basically related to our emotions, right? Because moon obviously affects the water on this planet, and the sea is moved along with it, so hence is affecting our emotions because we are like made from so much liquid. Then Venus is like the vibes that you're giving out. So you could be Pisces, but Venus could be Aries, because Venus goes 2 signs forward, 2 signs backward. So you can be Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, and Taurus. So Pisces and Aries, like water and fire, right? So you can come across completely aggressive, where, you know, you're actually even shocked because your core is saying I'm kind and sensitive. So look at that. But if you're cross-watching, check the Mars sign, because Mars is telling you really what person is going to look for. So you could be Pisces with Aries, Venus, and giving off vibes of aggression but being kind of softy. But let's say your Mars is Capricorn, so you really want, you know, somebody who is hardworking, who is extremely reliable, etc., etc. So that kind of like is where these aspects are confusing. So check those signs as well. Anyways, let's go into your July 1st to July 15th. I have pre-shuffled, and the bottom of this deck is playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And here we have 5 of, now this is interesting. So now we have like 5 of Wands reversed. This tells me lots of arguing, nothing accomplished, and possibly getting out of some kind of either mess or tricky situation, or realizing that things are maybe not as bad as you initially thought. Okay, so let's see what else do we have here. Let me see if I can lift this a little bit so you get a better bird eye perspective. Chemistry, flirt, I like it. Stay optimistic about your love life, wedding, and separation. Make the effort. Pay attention to the red flags. Keep an open mind. It is safe for you to love, and passion. Okay, so let's see the clarifications and kind of deeper meanings. So let's see what we have. Pisces. Pentacle, Pentacle, 3 Pentacles. You're grounding yourself in this period. So then we have 2 Cups, You're really not feeling at home with your emotions. So here is going to be interestingly the mental work when we get to this point. So, okay, let me start, Pisces. This is in the past. It says this situation involves marriage, right? And this can be your marriage, that can be your partner's marriage, that can be you having a wedding on your mind. But it looks like something got in the way because you got Three of Cups, and this actually talks about the third person kind of like interfering with it. Or it could be just like, I mean, it was a threat on your relationship that somebody was putting their paws on your partner. Yeah, it was a situation where nobody won. When you get Five of Swords reversed, this is generally kind of like in the upright position, it is a victory without victory, right? Sort of like winning, right? A race game against 2 years old. Just saying, declaring you're the winner. That kind of a victory, right? But when it's reversed, it's like, okay, so this was a situation where everybody lost. Usually this happens when there is lots of back and forth, when you kind of like have two sides arguing, and at some point even like it's not even important who was the first, and you can just see this circle of possible frustration or abuse going back and forth, and then you go in the end, oh my gosh, like it was possibly I mean, the problem was seemingly big to start with, but now it's like this big, so made it worse. Yeah, it was something that you really dealt with. You see the Tower reversed, and this is actually good. So after all of that, it looks like it was some surprising event or epiphany, or something stopped because something just couldn't continue on a direction where it was going, and it was questioned. And it could be that you are now rebuilding something new. So the root of these 2 weeks is stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. But you have like this Knave of Pentacles reversed. So you really are not feeling very grounded. Like Knave of Pentacles is studious, slow progress. Like, I mean, like a student in the school every day, you kind of like make a little tiny accomplishment. But like it's telling me about lethargy over here, that maybe you're going, okay, I should stay optimistic. Yeah, I know, but kind of a thing, right? Yeah, certain things just start to appear as a big burden in your life. You see, this is 10 of Wands, and here this is like kind of question, is this going to be a straw that breaks the camel's back? So you're reassessing, is it worth it for you if you want to continue, and how do you want to continue? And like basically the best advice here would be, look guys, reassess everything that you have on your plate, and just drop things that are not needed. Prioritize things, right? Yeah, it is something about your love life. The Lovers reverse tells me, like, I mean, there are some choices that are uncomfortable for your heart, or it is a loss. When Six of Love, pardon me, when Lovers shows up in a reading, it basically talks about, in the upright situation, is unity. It's kind of like making one, when one and one person together make three instead of two, right? So this could also mean denying really yourself what your heart wants. And sometimes that's a good strategy, because kind of like fake it until you make it. So we will see what happens with this. I'm going to clarify this card later, but it just tells me like, I mean, that for some reason you're not willing or capable of moving forward regarding somebody or something, and maybe even wondering how to reconfigure your love life. So here, like, there is like something going on in your life, chemistry. There is a strong magnetic attraction here. You could be meeting somebody, or you could be meeting somebody extremely independent, because like Nine of Pentacles talks about independence and abundance. And when you see birds in tarot cards, they're like really good omen. Like the only thing better, I think, than birds would be stars. and planets, I guess, right? But this is talking about singlehood. So it is a chemistry, but then again, like, do I really want to go there? Am I ready to go there? And kind of like, I'm happy where I am. So either you're dating without committing, or you are with somebody who doesn't want to commit, or you're in a situation where lots of things are going on where you don't have a title, or somebody doesn't get a title. For example, you go out with a guy and you meet everybody, and you kind of like are still buddies, so you don't know really what is the situation, because you really want to date this person and you are not really sure what you're getting back in return. So it's just like, maybe the person is not ready, etc. So this is what Nine of Pentacles is. But at the same time, it really talks about comfort. You're feeling comfortable about where you are in your life. You see, that's a crossroads. Seven of Pentacles. I think lots of things right now are home, domestically oriented, and also oriented toward where you are in life. Like, where are you in terms of positioning day to day? Where are my savings? What do I do with my savings? How would a new person affect this, etc., right? And you're moving on many things, or moving away from the issues and clearing them out, because this is kind of like really spending time thinking and realizing, I just love this card. Look at this kitty and the eyes, just like love it, and look at this. I'm like so tempted to get a kitten, but then 2 cats already in a smaller space, it's just too much already. So this is a card of kind of like moving to the new horizon, wondering, like, you still don't know if it's going to be better somewhere else, right? But you just basically have a hope that things will happen. So crossroads, chemistry, and maybe you're moving forward with feeling really secure in yourself. And this is really good strategy, guys. This really means, and I actually really love Nine of Pentacles. Maybe some of you don't want to hear, oh, it's a singlehood here, but it's really not singlehood. It is basically comfort and confidence, meaning like this is really how you have to be before entering the relationship, the final one, because you simply otherwise are playing out a role, playing out karmic lessons, where, you know, the person is just basically serving to accomplish that, and then like there is like this scratching your head, oh my gosh, why did that happen, and everything looked great. It just simply literally person is programmed to play the role. So this is crossing you with flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. So this is, guys, being you, and you kind of like still feel that you are not very strong, you're still gathering your strength, or you might shy away if somebody comes on too strong on you. Yeah, look, you have a strength and you have the Empress. So, well, the Empress can refer specifically to some of you who are born in March. And you have Queen of Wands. So 3 reverse cards here. Well, you're flirting, guys, and you're like enjoying some physical aspects of, you know, this is kind of like creativity is a little bit stunned. Well, this is really ultimately okay, even though it looks like you're not going to accomplish some big chunks, because this talks about motherhood, it talks about creativity, but then when it's in reversed, it talks that could be some kind of issues in that respect, and also that, you know, this is related to you pulling up yourself, you know. And Queen of Wands is generally talking about kind of maybe a little bit of superficiality, but that's the way we are when we are flirting. We are just like literally just scratching the surface, and it is okay, and it is like somebody who is really sexy, so this is how you're coming across, and it's like kind of like getting your feet wet just a tiny little bit. So what is crowning you, Pisces? So there is like that something that happens, separation, time apart from your partners on the horizon. and either you're separated, or this might be in the cards for some of you. And then you have the Hangman or the Hang Cat, and this is basically talking about looking at things, being suspended, but also not being inactive, looking at things from a different perspective. And you see, something that happened like those, right, what we had here, lots of arguments or mental turmoil, or somebody always wanting to outdo you. So here it is like, okay, it's kind of like it's tough, and it is still kind of like a willingness to fight for it, but not too far in the future. Sort of like you're setting down rules to how far will you go with this. And this is kind of like this thinking that you're going through. You kind of like need, I see this is also kind of cutting something off. You need resolution. And this is kind of like saying, okay, you can cut karmic ties. And this is also talking about maybe something needs, like the truth not being told, or lies. And maybe this is why the separation is happening, because something happened like with this Tower that kind of shook you up in terms of relationship. So now, actually, let's start with this one. You kind of do feel really taken by this, because now I see the 3 over here as well, and this is generally talking about rejection and feeling let down. It says the signs are cautioning you, and then you kind of like end up with this unfortunate 3 of Swords, right? So 3 of Swords is generally always not something that you look forward to in the reading, but it is sort of one of those things. Rejection is God's protection kind of a thing, right? So it is basically in your best interest to let go, and for your highest good, right? So it is a temporary discomfort, but it's going to pass. Yeah, again, the 3 people, and it is some kind of attraction or something. Devil is also talking to me about codependency. Like, and codependency is like we are losing, like, it's addiction. It's a form of addiction, right? So you, let's say, drink Coke all the time, and then one day you don't have it. It's like you're craving it because the body is like kind of feeling to it, addicted to it. So it's the same thing happens with a person, like willing or not. Like, I mean, the person, especially if you live with them, you start kind of integrating, and the separation is like feeling like being something taken, torn from your life. So the Devil is generally a really huge call for like realizing what is true, what is not true. And I think you're going through that period anyway, and it's always telling me that yes, there is a lingering of something else. Either somebody is very monetary oriented, or gambling, or addictions, or somebody's ex is hovering around, or even, you know, it could be actively that the person messing with it, and somebody feeling helpless. Well, let's not call it helpless. Somebody feeling they cannot resist this. And yeah, so see, it was some kind of stroke of bad luck. So this is one of my karma cards. Actually, Ace of Swords I can actually also include into that. But like, this means that big changes are in front of you. The big changes are coming. So you have like the Devil, and you have the Wheel reversed, and 3 of Swords. This is really not good. This is really not a good combination. So really, 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 guys, pay attention to the red flags, especially if you're going out and flirt. You really don't want to end up a prey of someone who might be sweet talking you, and with whom you might have astounding chemistry, but who ultimately will take you kind of down. So this is right what is in front of you. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And then this like 7 of Swords reversed. So this is kind of like a confession, or apologies, or somebody saying I'm sorry. But this can be as simple as you reaching a closure in your own mind. It's kind of like, okay, I am assembling everything over here, and this is what I really like about this person, and this is what I didn't like, and oh my gosh, like, I mean, this is something that I cannot tolerate, and this is in what I didn't like, and I tried to address this, and this is it. I have to draw the line, right? And maybe realization of this is going to make you very sad, that maybe the continuation cannot happen. There you go, Judgment, second, Karma card, third actually. So we just need the Justice here. So it was meant to be. It is meant to not to work out. And why? Because this was your karmic basically assignment. You are completing it, but it kind of like does feel that you are at the last leg, because you got the Judgment reverse. So there will be 3 more things that will be happening connected to that process that you're going through. So I think this is why you are still not healing, because this is sitting in your environment. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So, but then you got the Star reversed, which is kind of like not healing, not communicating, not being kind. And these are all qualities you guys really, really want. And for some reason, they're not being fulfilled. And it is kind of like really difficult to make a decision, or you're being seen as kind of like that maybe you're even kind of like creating more pain for yourself, because sometimes making a decision is a step to recovery. And in the end of this period, it's going to be the new flash of positivity, the new flash of energy. So just keep an open mind all along the path. So hopes and fears. Well, you're really hoping for this love. I mean, you're Pisces, you're so sweet. So open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all, but you really think that you have really nothing to offer at this stage, or the people you meet are really not able to fulfill your needs. And it's just like process of healing. Yes, see, the soulmate card came like 2 of Cups after 1 of Cups reversed. So you are really feeling let down by somebody with whom you really hope for this ultimate fulfillment and happiness and happily lived happily ever after. But for some reason, but look, you're going from 1 to 10. Maybe the expectations were unrealistic, and maybe it was just simply the wrong person, or it was the end of this karmic cord. It's time to cut the cord. And yet you have another 10 as well here, where, you know, there is still a passion for this person, which could be related to this devil. And it says, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And then we have like 10 of Pentacles reversed, which talks about like, I mean, where do I go, right, from here? Like, what is my family? How do I want to form it? It is talking to me about having issues in relationship, if you're still in one, or, you know, really debating with yourself what is that you need. But look, this is really good. Like, you're moving. It's going to come to that passion which you have here. Something is going to reignite after, because like you have a 9 and 1. So right away something shook you up, and then you have 1, then you have 10, and then you had 10 over here, right? So now again we have 10 and 10, and then we have the World card. So it is a moving forward thing. So in these 2 weeks, whoa, and you get the 1 again. You're really, guys, getting on your feet. So you started with 9 of Pentacles, which was the end of something, end of stabilizing yourself, and there is like a new cycle is starting right in this period, like that, like here and here. And it's saying like, job well done. You didn't cave into something that was not good for you, and you kind of like graduated with flying colors. 1 of Pentacles is really seizing opportunity, realizing that there is like a new kind of start, and this is kind of building slowly and properly, and it is kind of building on a good financial foundation. And it's also like in terms of relationships, is like building both friendship and love relationship at the same time. Okay, so seemingly you guys are coming out of something that has been a cheating, or has been interfered with somebody else, the third party. And not only that, but like, I mean, you on top of that have been lied to and even fighting for it kind of resulted in you kind of like staying speechless. And it did kind of manage to ground you over here. So this period, like, you're still going through some kind of leftovers of this. There's going to be certainly a crisis or two, but then I think that crisis is going to kind of actually push you out, push you to kind of like start revisiting and realizing, look, I really shouldn't and wouldn't and don't want to stay over here in this space. So I know it is easier said than done, but generally that's exactly what you will do. You will push yourself maybe to be active. Maybe you'll start going out and start healing and start kind of like focusing yourself to really what is your definition of this happiness, and it's going to start to happen. You guys, you're starting like the second part of July with some new goals, and I love to hear this. So let's see, what is this Lovers reverse for Pisces? Lovers reversed. Okay, it is a breakup. It could be that's again a separation, or even a divorce, or a loss of relationships. So yeah, something that became a burden. Okay, so what is this here? The feelings. Yeah, look, lies again. Like you have the falseness, then you have the wedding, and then this is you guys all reversed. It's kind of like what is real, what is not real, a loss of relationship, and you losing yourself with that relationship. And I think that's probably what you're realizing, that relationship ungluing, when it's ungluing or falling apart, like, I mean, don't throw the baby with the bathwater. Kind of like you have to regain the sense of yourself. So what's going to be here about this? I think this is just cleaning the old stuff as well. So what is this Judgment reversed over here for Pisces? Judgment reversed for Pisces. Judgment reversed for Pisces. Yeah, it will be a situation that is going to make you lose hope. So maybe up to this point you're still kind of trying to figure out how to move forward, even though you're not doing really anything yourself. Yeah, you see, this is just a thinking inside, studying the situation, but really not being active. And again, yeah, you kind of come to a conclusion that reunion is not happening, or maybe reunion is rejected. So I want to see, what is this new beginning, what is to look forward to, because Pisces, this is really cleaning the old, starting the new. The king is dead, long live the king, guys. And lots of emotional times, but it looks like you're really going forward. So what is this new start for the Pisces? Yeah, look, you're getting wiser. You're getting to the new stage of karma. And there you go, Fortune. I'm leaving it on that. Fortune, the best card. Yeah, so this is this Wheel of Fortune that you had, the karma, which here worked against you at one point, and this is maybe how you feel now. Kind of like, oh, the circumstances, people, everything is against me. You just remember, Scarlet, tomorrow is another day, because look what you have, a new beginning. You're getting wiser, and you're understanding, like, you have to kind of like stand up for yourself, and the fortune is with you. So go with the force, Pisces. I love you. And again, this is general reading, so for your reading, please contact me at cattarot.ca. The info is in the description box, and please subscribe, like, or even dislike, and share, and come to the Facebook, because there is contest every month. Thank you, Pisces, for listening. I love you. Have great 2 weeks. Oh yeah, I forgot, the most important thing comes last: your comments. I love your comments. I read them all, and it really helps me to connect with you, so this doesn't look like just this one-sided kind of thing. So if you can just, you know, give me your comment and give me your opinions, and how this connects to you means a world to me. Thank you so much, and I appreciate all of you who communicate back to me. Love you.